Hello friends, students and parents. Today we are going to solve some more problems. We have seen about binomial theorem in the previous class. So today we are going to solve problems of binomial theorem. I hope I'm audible. Let me check my mic. Okay. Problems of binomial approximation, it's called, right? What was binomial approximation? If you have an expression like 1 plus x raised to power of n, then this can be solved as 1 plus nx, where x is very less than 1. Okay, another way of writing it basically 1 plus minus x, right, raised to power of n. Then this will become what? This will become 1 plus n times minus x, so it will become 1 minus nx, provided x is very less than 1. So we'll take some problems now. First problem of binomial, we have an equation 1006 raised to power of minus 2 by 3. We need to find value. Find value of this particular number, right? X is equal to, we have to find value of x. So now let's solve it. You try to solve it first before I try to move ahead. So now we can solve this by different methods. You can use a calculator, of course, and you'll get the answer. Other way of solving it is you use binomial approximation. Binomial approximation. So to use binomial approximation, what is the condition? We have the formula as 1 plus x raised to power of n. Then the condition should be, condition is that x should be very less than 1. So now this particular number here, 1006 raised to power of minus 2 by 3, can we write it as 1000 plus 6 raised to power of minus 2 by 3? But we need it in this form. We need this in this form. So 1 should be there. So to get 1, what you will do? You'll take 1000 outside, then you'll get 1 plus, you need to get 6. We'll get 6 if you multiply with 0.006, and this full thing is raised to the power of minus 2 by 3. So now you'll get this as 1000 raised to power of minus 2 by 3 multiplied by 1 plus 0.006 raised to power of minus 2 by 3. Now for this part, we can apply binomial approximation. So you'll get this as, this will be how much? How much will this be? So this will keep as it is. You multiply with, if you have to multiply with this, how much will you get? Try to do it. Here x is equal to, 0.006, which is less than, very less than 1. So can we use the formula 1 plus nx, right? Minus 2 by 3 into 0.006. So we have to solve this. How will you solve this? We can, this particular value will have 10 in 10 raised to power of 2 will be 1000, 3 will be 1000, right? 10 raised to power of 3, right, will be 1000, and this multiplied by minus 2 by 3. So you can 3 and 3 will cancel, you get 10 raised to power of minus 2. So 10 raised to power of minus 2 multiplied by, here you will get 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 3 minus 2. No, sorry. First here 2. You can multiply this, or you can get 3 minus 2 as well. Have you have 10 power of minus 2 into 1 minus 2 by 3 into 0.006, right? This is what you have. So let's solve it in the next page. Okay, I'll clear this. I have to remember this. Okay, let's remember that we will get it as 10 raised to power of minus 2 multiplied by 1 plus minus 2 by 3 into 0.006, right? So this, if I have to solve, I guess I can solve this here. This will cancel, become 0.002, right? So if I solve it, 10 raised to power of minus 2 multiplied by 1 plus minus minus, am I doing something wrong here? Am I doing something wrong here? Or let's solve it this way. Let's solve it another way. 10 raised to power of minus 2 into 1 minus 2 by 3 into 0.006. So you will get this as 10 raised to power of minus 2 multiplied by, so you will get denominator as 3 and 3 minus 2 into this, right? 2 into this, 2 into this number will be 0.0026 are 12, right? So you'll get 1 2 divided by 3. Just trying to use a calculator. 3 minus 0.00, sorry, not 0.012 divided by 3. This equation here you'll get 10 raised to power of minus 2 multiplied by 0.996. So when you multiply with 10 raised to power of minus 2, you'll get 0.0. What will you get? You have a raised to minus 2, right? So you'll get 2 zeros here. 2 zeros, 996. This is your answer. This is your actual value. Okay, let's try to solve one more problem. Second problem for binomial approximation. The value of acceleration due to gravity g at height h above surface of earth is given by g dash is equal to g r square divided by r plus h the whole square. If h is very less than r, then prove that g dash is equal to g 1 minus 2h by r. We need to prove this. Okay. So please note down the problem. We'll try to solve it in a few more moments. We have noted down the problem. The value of acceleration due to gravity at height h above surface of the earth is given by g r square divided by r plus h the whole square. Okay, if h is very less than r, then prove that g dash is equal to g 1 minus 2h by r. Okay, I'm going to wipe this out. I'm going to solve it in the next page. So what has been given? Answer. I'm going to solve it. G dash was given as g. Let me write it down quickly before I forget. R plus h the whole square, right? And it was asked to prove that g dash is actually equal to g 1 minus 2h by r. It was asked to prove this, right? So this formula can be written as G, we can write this as G R by R plus H the whole square. You can write it this way. This can be written as G if you divide by R. If you divide up by R and denominator also by R, what will you get? We will get G 1 by 1 plus H by R the whole square. Now it is given that if H is very less than, if H is less than R, then what will happen? If H is less than R, then this term here will be less than 1. This term here will be less than 1. So you can use binomial expression for this term. We can use binomial expression for this term. Binomial approx. So shall we use binomial approximation for that? So if you use binomial expression, what you will get? You will get G on top, obviously. G will only be G here, divided by 1 plus H by R the whole square. So if you use binomial expression, what will happen? Approximate directly. We'll move it to the numerator first. We'll get G 1 plus H by R raised to minus 2. Now it is given H is very less than R. So then you'll get G 1 and this is minus 2. So you'll get minus 2 and this is X, H by R. So you have solved it. So we'll take another problem. Let us take another problem. Third problem. Mass M of body moving with velocity v is given by m is equal to mo divided by square root of, we know this formula, v square by c square, where m is basically rest body mass. That means when the body is at rest, mo is the mass, v is the, what is v? V is the velocity, right? V is what? The velocity. V is velocity, and c is speed of light. So we have been asked, find v of the mass at v is equal to 3 into 10 raised to power of 7 meter per second. What is the speed of light? Speed of light we know as 3 into 10 raised to power of 8 meter per second. This is this 10 class 10. Class 10 we learned this. Right? We have learned this in class 10. So find the value. How do we solve it? We can write this equation as m is equal to m mass of the body at rest. We can multiply this directly by 1 minus v square by c square raised to power of minus 1 by 2. Right? So now we'll put the values. Is mo given? We'll assume mo is initial rest body is 10 kg. Sorry, I forgot to mention it previously. mo is basically 10. 1 minus v square. What is v? 3 into 10 raised to power of 7 divided by 3 into 10 raised to power of 8. This is the speed of light. This full, yes, I can put the full thing into the square, and this full thing again raised to power minus 1 by 2. So if I solve this, I'll get 10. This if I cancel, I'll get only 1 0 here. 3 will go. So you'll get 1 minus 1 by we will get 1 minus 1 by 10 raised to 7, 10 raised to 8. So the denominator will have 10. It will be raised to the power of minus 1 by 2. If there is any problem, you can please write down in the comments. Okay, so using binomial expression, what can we do? We know that this term here, 1 by 10 is very, very less than 1. So now you can do 10, 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 10. So if you solve this, we'll try to solve it here. We'll get 10, 1, we'll put it plus, and here we'll get 1 by 20. So if you solve this, you'll get 10, 10 divided by 10 multiplied by 21 divided by 20. So this will cancel 21 divided by 2. So this is going to be the mass of the body in motion. Okay. So if you do 21 divided by 2, how much will you get? 21 divided by 2, how much will you get? 2, 1. So to put 0, 10.5. 10.5 kg. This is going to be your answer. 10.5 kg is your answer. So if you have noted down the solution, let me proceed to the next problem. One more problem we'll do and then we'll wind up. Problem number 4. Kinetic energy of a body of mass m moving with velocity v is given by kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. It's a very famous equation anyway. If velocity is increased by 4%, then what is the approx percentage change in its kinetic energy? So we'll try to solve this now. Let us try to solve it. Solution. Try to solve it first. So here velocity increased by 4%. Initial velocity moving with velocity v. If the velocity now increases by 4%, so final velocity v dash will become equal to v plus v into 4%, right? So this will become v plus v into 4 by 100. So this can be written as v 1 plus 4 divided by 100. This is what you can write it as, right? What we are asked, what is the approx percentage change in its kinetic energy? So let's try to do this. So this is what we got as v dash. So we can write this as v dash divided by v is equal to 1 plus 4 by 100. We can write it this way as well. V dash by v comes down. So you get v dash by v is equal to 1 plus 4 divided by 100. This is equation 1. Okay, we have to remember this. I'm going to wipe out this and solve in the next slide. What is the value? V dash by v is equal to 1 plus 4 by 100. V dash by v, 1 plus 4 by 100. Let's move on to the next one. I'll write down here. V dash by v is equal to 1 plus 4 by 100. This is what we had got. Okay. Now final kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy divided by initial kinetic energy will become equal to, it will be half m v dash ka square divided by half mv square. So all this cancel, we will get v dash divided by v this the whole square. So this will become equal to 1 plus 4 by 100 the whole square. So now you can use binomial approximation. 4 divided by 100 is less than, very less than 1. 4 divided by 100 is very less than 1. So now what we do? Kf by final kinetic energy by initial kinetic energy will become equal to 1 plus 2 times into 4 by 100. So now you can solve it. 1 plus 8 by 100. So what is asked? Change, right? It is a change is asked. To identify the change, what you do? To identify the you do kf divided by ki. You take this 1 this side, you get minus 1 equal to 8 by 100. So then this can be written as kf minus ki divided by ki is equal to 8 by 100. So the change is 8%. Okay. So what we did? We was the initial. The change in velocity was basically the final velocity was increased by 4%. So we added initial with 4%. Then we got this equation 1. Once we got this equation, we first took the ratio of final kinetic energy with initial kinetic energy. Basically, we were asked percentage change in energy. That means the final kinetic energy minus initial divided by the initial kinetic energy. This is what we are asked. So then after using binomial approximation, in fact, we got this formula after using binomial approximation. So then we moved one this side. So then we solve it. We got the percentage change in kinetic energy, which is this is the answer. So that's all for binomial theorem related problems. So next we are going to start with trigonometry in our next class. See you until then. And please subscribe, like and share. Bye.